Hey guys, it's Melissa Merrill here at Pro Organizer Bootcamp. So today's episode is going to be a little bit different than the 40 or so I've done here on the Pro Organizer Bootcamp podcast in the past. This topic today is meant to be inspirational and a piece of audio that you can listen back to on your tough days while you're building your professional organizing business. I know that there's a lot going on in the world right now at the time of this recording, and I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite captions that I recently posted to the @Pro Organizer Bootcamp page on Instagram. So these are captions directly from my feed. I know that not all of the people in my community here on YouTube or on the podcast or on Facebook are seeing all the cool things I'm doing over on Instagram. So that's why I wanted to pull out kind of these key nuggets that I feel will help you if you need some motivation during tough times as a home organizer. Side note, I write all of my own captions and I don't use a copywriter or a VA or anything like that. So honestly, most of these thoughts come from my daily journaling, my own meditating, my own, dreaming and vision setting about my own business, plus thinking about you all, of course, in my Pro Organizer Bootcamp community. What would you guys need to hear? What would I want to have heard when I was at that stage in business? Things like that. So take a minute to tune in, reflect, and maybe even journal after listening to today's episode. I hope that my words will fill you with encouragement and motivation on your business journey. So here we go. Here's my first message to you. If you take a few days off, believe me, your business will still be there when you get back. If you feel guilty about taking some time to yourself, it doesn't change anything in your business. It only makes it harder to step away. So here's your friendly reminder that you don't have to do it all. You can cherish those small moments in your life and in your business, celebrate those wins, spend time with friends and family, and enjoy the journey. It's really easy to get caught up in SMART goals and KPIs and tracking metrics and constantly moving on to the next thing on your to-do list. I know if you're anything like me, you have a to-do list that's a mile long. If you're watching on YouTube, you can kind of see mine here. And it's like the never-ending list, right? There's always going to be something to do in your pro organizing business. If you're creative, if you're inspired, you're going to have, ideas flying at you a mile a minute, and that list is going to keep growing and growing, which is fun and it's exciting and it's cool to want to tackle those things. But believe me, every once in a while, it's okay to hit the reset button. I'm talking about resetting, recalibrating, and re-energizing. Are you tangled in your to-do list? Are you tethered to your to-do list? Are you tied down by your to-do list? Then it might be time to take a break. Whether that means taking a month-long social media hiatus, saying no to extracurricular obligations for a week, or simply locking yourself in a room for 2 hours to take a damn nap, find your own way of hitting that reset button. Try to do that this week, okay? At least this month. Believe me, the results on the other side are worth it. Say hello to fresh new ideas and inspiration and excitement and momentum to keep you crushing your goals as an organizer. We can all burn out super easily if we don't give ourselves the self-care and the rest that we need to kind of take that slingshot, go all the way back so that you can spring that much farther forward. Remember to take time to do the things you love. Lately, I've been trying to cut out anything that's energy sucking for me. So it's definitely hard work, and it feels me, I know myself, feeling guilty sometimes, or maybe insecure or filled with self-doubt of like, I'm not doing enough, or I'm not being productive enough, I'm not getting enough done. And that's not going to get you anywhere either, right? Feeling guilty is just going to kind of ruin that time off. So believe me, taking a rest has magic tied to it. Think about what drains your energy versus what lights you up. So shift that energy, and you can truly move more towards the things that you love doing, the things that light you up, not the things that drain you, not the things that feel icky. There's a lot going on in the world right now. Try to control what you can, start with what you have, start with where you're at, make more time to do what you absolutely love, even if it's just those little moments here and there throughout your day. I'm cheering you on. And if you need help getting started as an organizer, maybe you're in the early stages of even dreaming that you could leave your full-time job to become a pro organizer, you can download a copy of my free Side Hustle Mindset Manual by heading to bit.ly/side hustle mindset manual. That's bit.ly/side hustle mindset manual. In there, I have tons of things like values exercises, vision setting exercises, journaling prompts, things like that. So it's a free PDF downloadable guide. Head to bit.ly/side hustle mindset manual if you'd like a free copy of that, and I'm happy to share that with you. So that was message number 1. Let's move on to message number 2. So I've been thinking a lot about the women that frequently come to me wanting to do the quote unquote right things in setting up and growing and scaling their professional organizing businesses. I'm here to tell you that there's no exact science to this entire existential process of becoming an entrepreneur and leaving behind an old lifestyle or career or financial comfort zone. There's no science. This is an art, not a science. There is no exact prescription. There is no pill. There is no one size fits all strategy. The truth is there's no one methodology. There's no one right way to do anything in business. And I'm not the type of person that prescribes one size fits all solutions for everybody I come into contact with. And to be honest, I'm really not into anything that requires one strict way of thinking in life, because I believe that there are endless possibilities in this universe. So this is your opportunity to create your own methodology, your own rules, your own business. I dare you to become a rebel in your business, a renegade, if you will. So here's your invitation to do what you freaking want and stop trying to do things in the perfectionistic, OCD, type A, overachiever, correct, quote unquote way, or you'll endlessly be searching for something that doesn't exist. Get out there, make a mess. Believe me, if you keep sitting on the sidelines, you're never going to learn. And think of it like someone sitting in a classroom to learn about football, say, for 3 months, instead of just getting out there and playing the damn game. So if you were to go into a classroom and have somebody teach you about the game and the rules and the ball, and it's made of this, and the uniforms look like this, and the referee does this, and these are what the markings on the field mean, and this is how big the field is, and this is what all the terms are. That's great. But until you actually play the damn game and get out there, how are you actually going to learn how to play football, right? You can't just sit in a classroom for 3 months and then be the best football player that was ever made, right? You've got to practice. You've got to get out there. You've got to play in the puddle. You've got to get your feet wet, and you've got to get dirty. Again, this isn't like something that you can sit in a very sterile lab with a lab coat on and a petri dish and just make everything perfect, right? This is it's a messy journey to becoming an entrepreneur and to really growing and scaling and becoming that CEO that you might have always wanted to be. So you're going to learn way more about building an organizer business by taking action instead of just sitting there and studying every minute detail and stressing yourself out. You are your own method. You are your own magic. So harness that to its full potential. And by the way, if you're looking around and you're getting all kinds of comparisonitis, then I urge you to stop that right in its tracks. No one will ever organize like you do. Again, nobody has the prescription, the pill, the RX treatment, the perfect, SOP of how this should all be done. No one is ever going to organize like you do or run a business like you do, right? That's your own magic. We all have our own unique energies and styles. And so I encourage you to find your own personal secret sauce and double down. By the way, I'm a firm believer that if you can get in the room with people that have been there, if you can surround yourself with people that have experienced success, if you can collaborate with others that are in your industry, that can also be absolute gold when it comes to growing and scaling your companies. Learn from people that are going through the exact same things that you are. You're not alone in this business journey. And I know it's really easy to feel like that sometimes, like you're on an island or in a silo trying to do things on your own. I invite you, if this sounds interesting to you, to join our amazing group of ladies in the Pro Organizer Bootcamp monthly mastermind. It's just $67 a month at the time of this recording. And you can head to proorganizerbootcamp.com/group coaching to learn more about the group, see some example webinars and things that we've done, and sign up there. Again, it's just $67 a month. That's the Pro Organizer Bootcamp monthly mastermind. You can head to proorganizerbootcamp.com/group coaching if that sounds like something you need for accountability, for support, for collaboration, for connection, for not feeling like you're alone in business anymore. And then also just being able to kind of surround yourself with others that have been successful in this field and stop feeling like there's only one way to do it. Because I can guarantee you, with the over 20 women that are in that mastermind at the time of this recording, we're all doing things differently. We're all in different parts of the US. We're all at different price points. We have different logos, we have different styles, we have different websites, we have different vibes, right? Different energies behind why we're organizers and our vision and our mission and our why. And so it's really cool to see all the different perspectives and all the different ways of how people are growing. Because again, there's not just one way to do it. So I invite you into our Pro Organizer Bootcamp monthly mastermind. Again, you can head to proorganizerbootcamp.com/group coaching if that is of interest to you. Okay, so message number 3. Again, these are all Instagram captions that are pulled from the Pro Organizer Bootcamp Instagram feed. I didn't want them to kind of get lost in the shuffle, so I'm really happy to be recording this and throwing this into your earbuds today, or on YouTube if you're watching it here. So here we go. Guess what? You can get paid to do what you're really good at. You already have all of those awesome organizing gifts and talents within you. So get out there, build your client base, and make money doing what you love. Again, you can get paid to do what you're really good at. Holy crap, right? This goes against everything that anybody's ever told us. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, go to college, pay off your debt, have the white picket fence house and the, middle-class income and like the Toyota or the Honda, the sensible vehicle, right? Like a lot of us were probably told to do these things, and it can feel really rebellious, really daring, really like you're a renegade or a black sheep. Like, if you're like me and my family, the first entrepreneur in my family, it can feel really scary, right? And kind of like, huh, really? Are you sure I can get paid to do what I'm really good at? But believe me, it's really awesome to be able to use those skills and abilities that you already have and put them to work in building an organizing business. If you've listened to any of the past interviews with other home organizers that I've done on the Pro Organizer Bootcamp podcast, you will hear this time and time again. I was always good at it as a little girl. I always knew I was meant to be an organizer. All my friends and family knew that I was good at this, and they saw it within me before I did. It becomes, it's naturally easy for me. It's fun for me. How could I possibly get paid to do something that's come so easily to me, right? We have these stories that we tell ourselves that things need to be hard in order to be paid money, right? Like I have to work so hard and I have to, just really get dirty and sweaty and gross on every single job and undercharge and go drive around town and do a million consultations and have people disrespect my work. And then I can justify paying more or getting paid more, right? As an organizer, that all of that is BS. You stop telling yourself those stories. It can actually be easy, and you can actually get paid to do what you're really good at. So here's your reminder to stay on the path, keep your focus, and discover more and more of those magical moments that are trying to show you that you're meant to do this. Start failing now, and your future self will thank you for it. Yes, I said fail now. Seriously, you've probably heard that quote. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Well, if you're anything like me and you were thinking about it your whole life since you were a little girl and what you wanted to be when you grew up, then you probably should have started a business a lot sooner on. If you're listening to this and you're maybe older, in your mid 30s, in your 40s, even in your 50s or your 60s, I've seen organizers start at all phases of life. The second best time is now. So get started. Stop dreaming, start doing. As organizers, we're learning and growing and evolving in business daily. Believe me, just like I said on the previous message, this isn't a one-size-fits-all prescription. This isn't one way to do this. We're all learning, we're all growing, we're all evolving. We're in that roller coaster of emotions as an entrepreneur goes through, especially when you're first getting started. So start sowing your seeds now, and in a few weeks, months, maybe years, you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Also, if you are one of the people, a lot of women in my programs are side hustlers. They have a Monday through Friday 9-to-5 job. And I'm not saying this to be, mean or to be rude, because I myself was a side hustler for, probably, I think 7.5 years, almost 8 years before I went full time as an organizer. And if that's you, then this little nugget attached to this message is for you. So 1 foot in and 1 foot out, that's a dangerous place to be in your organizing business. My question for you today is, are you affirming to yourself, to others, to the universe, that you are taking your organizing business seriously? Are you affirming to yourself, to others in the universe, that you're taking this business seriously? Ask yourself that. Or are you doubting yourself daily, procrastinating on doing the things that scare you, and maybe even thinking about quitting this whole thing altogether, right? If you listen to my episode on being in a summer slowdown, or being in a holiday slump, or going through kind of a plateau or a rut in business, it's really easy to just throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? And be like, oh, well, that didn't work and it was too hard, and so I'm just going to quit the whole thing. So what are you telling the universe? What are your thoughts behind your business? What are your feelings behind your business? What are your emotions behind your business? Are you excited? Are you energized? Are you motivated? Are you pushing forward? Are you getting momentum? Are you getting those wins? Are you celebrating those wins? Or are you kind of like Debbie Downer? This can never work. This is so hard. I don't want to post on Instagram. Oh, Melissa told me to create a Google page. I don't even know where to start with that. It seems so complicated, right? What's your energy behind it? Check in with yourself. Thoughts become things, and remember why you started. Look at the impact that you're already making, even if it's little tiny things. Celebrate the small wins, and above all else, keep going. My advice to you is step into it before you're ready. The one next step in your business will most likely scare the absolute shit out of you. So if it feels scary, then good. That's a clear sign. It's the next thing that you should be doing. I remember hitting order on my LLC online on LegalZoom. And I was like, this just seems so scary, because now it was real. It wasn't like I think I had to pay $800 in California, and then I had to pay another 200 some odd dollars for LegalZoom processing fees. But it wasn't the $1,000 that was scary and hitting go on the cart order. It was like, now I am an actual business, and now I have to pay taxes and do all these things and hire an accountant and a bookkeeper and get my business bank accounts and blah, blah, blah. And that was what was scary, but I knew that was what was going to tell the universe that I was taking this seriously. So if that's you and you're listening to this, here's your invitation to stop staying in the box of what you know, what you're good at, what's comfort, what's tried and true, right? After all, I'm sure you've heard the saying that the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again, yet expecting a new or maybe different result. I hate to break it to you, but if you're not feeling some sort of fear in your business, then you're probably not growing. So flip the switch on those feelings, and instead of looking at it like, oh my God, this feels scary, I can't possibly do that, or oh crap, I don't think I'm ready for that, turn those into yay feelings of, damn, this scares me, but that means growth, or heck yes, I'm ready to dive in, right? Again, with checking in with yourself, what are your emotions behind it? Are you super excited and jazzed up, or are you like Debbie Downer, negative Nancy, whatever, right? If you need help on your journey to breaking through these limiting beliefs, I encourage you to check out my one-on-one coaching and mentorship program, which at the time of this recording is just $997 to work with me every single week on private Zoom calls, one-on-one, with unlimited access to me via Instagram or Facebook Messenger in between those Zoom calls. If that sounds like something you need, let's get on the phone. You can book your call with me to apply at proorganizerbootcamp.com/mentorship. Again, that's for my private one-on-one coaching program. It's a little bit more high ticket, in case you haven't noticed. It's a little bit more than our monthly mastermind membership, but this is for people that really want to take their business to the next level, that need that accountability, that support, that coach in their back pocket. Unlimited access to me, and that's $997 for 1 month of working with me. So let's get on the phone. Again, you can book your call with me at proorganizerbootcamp.com/mentorship. Okay, so here is message number 4. Let's talk about vision setting. If that sounds like the new agey woo-woo 23-year-old life coach guru stuff, I don't blame you, right? We've heard this, set your vision and do your vision boarding at the beginning of the year. But for real, I've found that building your business as a pro organizer is equal parts hustle, just as much as it is alignment and setting the vision for your life and for what you want in your business. So I was actually randomly on Pinterest recently, and I came across one of my hidden secret boards. So this is something on Pinterest where you can actually make content that's not, business related. Maybe you're going through something mentally or emotionally, or maybe you're saving some pins for a secret project that you're working on, something like that. You can actually have secret boards on Pinterest. And mine personally, the one that I came across, included a large chunk of my vision setting from the year 2019. And that was really the year, 2018 was the year that I hired 4 other organizers in my organizing business. And then 2019 was really the year that we skyrocketed. So taking a look back at that vision setting, taking a step back in time was really cool. It was like going into a time capsule of what I was going through and what I was wanting and what vision I was setting at that time. And of course I still had it, living in my Pinterest account. The usual suspects were on there: my dream car, my dream purse, my dream home, my dream man, my dream stages to speak on. Let me just say, it was pretty freaking cool to see that every single thing on there has come true. I just got chills. Every single thing on there has come true. Believe it, achieve it. And by the way, stop thinking that there's a finish line as an entrepreneur, because you better believe that my vision board and my vision setting for 2022 at the time of this recording has even bigger goals, even bigger dreams, even bigger impact goals and legacy goals that I want to leave my stamp on this earth with, right? And so stop thinking that there's this finish line, right? That you're going to suddenly get there, right? There's always going to be work to be done. There's no finish line. Just like most things in life, when you're building your home organizing business, find joy in the journey. As type A, OCD, perfectionist type people, for the most part, it can be really easy to get trapped in your to-do list and constantly moving on to the next thing without celebrating wins or honoring what you've accomplished so far can really not serve you in growing your business. No one's keeping score. No one's paying that much attention to you or your business. I hate to break it to you, but nobody's seeing every single social media post. Nobody's seeing every single before and after photo. Nobody's looking at your website with a fine-tooth comb like you or your friends or your family are. And it's really easy to get trapped in that. So no one's keeping score. No one's paying that much attention, believe me. Grow your own business for you, right? Learn how to quiet those doubters, stay in your own lane, keep the focus on your goals, not anyone else's. Get that tunnel vision, stop that comparisonitis. And the biggest thing, like I've said this whole episode, for me in building multiple businesses, I now have 3 companies, has been just taking the next step. People ask me all the time, well, how did you write a book? How did you create an online course? How did you start a podcast? How did you start a YouTube channel? How did you start a keynote paid speaking gig business? How did you make your own website? All of these things. I had no idea. I didn't go to school for any of this. I had no idea how to do any of this. If you had asked me, not just 10 years ago, but even 5 years ago, right? It's taking the next step. I decided in 2020 that I was going to write my book. And then in 2021, I was going to launch my course. And then in 2022, I was really going to amp up my podcast, right? These are baby steps. This doesn't have to all be done at once. And just taking the next step, I make that sound so easy, right? But sometimes it's really not. It's one foot in front of the other. It's continuing that momentum brick by brick. So what is your one next step? Keep it simple, find that clarity and go for it. If you're not where you want to be yet, here's your invitation to dust yourself off, adjust your crown, and keep going. And again, if you have big goals and dreams for your career as a professional organizer, then let's chat. I've mentioned my Pro Organizer Bootcamp private coaching program is now open at the time of this recording. I'm booking up my calendar with private coaching clients for the rest of 2022. So let's hop on the phone and chat about what's working in your biz, what needs a revamp, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's cover it. And you can learn more about what it's like to work with me in those one-on-one coaching programs at proorganizerbootcamp.com/clients. All right, finally, here is message number 5 for you today. I often get asked how I do it all. The multiple companies, the farm, the house, believe me, it's hard. But you know, it was a lot harder staying stuck in an 8 to 5 job, tethered to a desk and chained to back-to-back Zoom calls for over 40 hours per week. Ooh, I feel like somebody listening to this, like that just hit you, right? That was really hard, feeling like a robot, feeling like a cog in the wheel, feeling like a rat in the race, stuck in that 8 to 5 job, literally tethered by golden handcuffs, by that, paycheck from Uncle Sam, tethered to a desk and chained to back-to-back Zoom calls for over 40 hours a week. After companies sent employees to work from home at the onset of the pandemic, office work got a lot busier and companies started sucking more and more and more out of their workforce. That was really hard. Not taking care of the 18 animals I have at Benson Park Homestead, not coaching women in Pro Organizer Bootcamp, which I absolutely love, not organizing homes with Let's Get You Organized now that I've relaunched in Oklahoma with Let's Get You Organized OKC, not helping people advance their career with Let's Get You Hired because that was super fulfilling and rewarding to do LinkedIn audits and resume writing and helping people get new jobs that maybe served them better while they were still trying to work their side hustle. And what also wasn't hard was speaking about time management and productivity with my other company, Make Shit Happen. None of that was hard because it absolutely lit me up and put a fire in my heart. Putting a mask on every day and trading my soul for a paycheck was arguably way harder than any of that combined. So if you're craving that type of life, start building your home organizing business now to have time freedom, to have, things that light you up, things that set, a fire in your heart and in your soul. Set yourself up for success in the future. Start laying those bricks down now for a strong foundation. What are you avoiding in your business to get there? Do you secretly know what you need to be doing to make more of an impact and therefore more of an income in your organizing work, but instead maybe you're subconsciously sabotaging yourself or choosing to focus on other things that you know aren't moving the needle forward? So question for you there, what are you avoiding in your business right now? For me, in my organizing business, it was always my website, all the tweaks, all the changes, all the updates, all the rebrands, my distraction from everything that was actually bringing clients into the pipeline. I was distracting myself with updating my website for the 500,000th time. There were seasons that I didn't feel good enough, seasons where I didn't feel worthy to be paid what I was worth as an organizer. And I think subconsciously I was blocking those dream clients from making their way over to my services at Let's Get You Organized. So I hate to break it to you, but it's a lot easier to mindlessly keep posting on Instagram or Facebook, making your 50th reel or liking your 20th Instagram post of the day, making cutesy Canva graphics, updating your website for the 3000th time. It's a lot easier to do that than to actually go deep into the inner work that you need to do to attract ideal clients and customers into your organizing business. In a recent sales training that I attended, I learned all about mirroring, which is the idea that if you're genuinely excited about what you have to offer, you're excited about your audience, your warm leads, your cold leads, your prospects, they're going to feel that excitement too on the other end of the phone or the other end of the Zoom call or the other end of the consultation or the organizing client, right? If you're feeling, on the other hand, stressed, overwhelmed, not good enough, all of that can also come through when you're selling to your prospect, to your next best organizing client. So think about that. Think of what you're mirroring. Again, back to what I said about what's your energy behind it. Are you the Debbie Downer and the negative Nancy? Or are you like, I've got a pep in my step. I'm super excited about this. Let's go. Obviously, not every single day is going to be like that. So head back to that first message where I talked about taking a rest if you're starting to feel burnt out, if you're starting to feel like you're losing a little bit of that joy. These days, I'm way more about attracting my ideal clients than forcing, right? There's a forcing and a push-pull and a masculine energy that we can embody, but then there's also an attracting and receiving and accepting and flowing energy within us as females, most of you listening to this. So here's an activity for you today. Grab a piece of pen and paper, draw a line down the center and make 2 columns. Column 1 is what feels gross, icky, yucky, shameful, or just plain off in your business. What are the things that you secretly and genuinely don't want to do? That goes in column 1. Now, column 2 is what feels exciting, what feels liberating, what feels aligned with the vision that you have set for your life and business. That's in column 2, the feel goods. So keep it simple. This isn't like rocket science. Do less of column 1, do more of column 2. Keep it simple. Light bulb moment. Duh, right? Remember, this is your business and your life. There's no rule book. You've got this. And if you're struggling with getting your first few clients, or maybe you're in a lull in your organizing business, you need to poke your head out of the sand to explore some new strategies, I invite you to check out my course, How to Start a Professional Organizing Business in 30 Days. You can grab your seat at proorganizerbootcamp.com/course. And there you have it. Some good old-fashioned real talk and motivation from yours truly. I'm wishing you all the best in your organizing businesses, and I hope that you loved every minute of today's episode. Do me a favor, screenshot this episode as you're listening, whether it's on YouTube or on the podcast, and tag me on Instagram or on Facebook. I'm at Pro Organizer Bootcamp on Instagram and at Melissa Merrill on Facebook. I will be back for season 3 of the Pro Organizer Bootcamp podcast soon. Hang tight. And in the meantime, definitely hit me up on social media. I'd love to hear from you.